Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Just getting things set up. I had the perfect setup shot here, and last minute, and all queued up here, and just ended up being somebody taking my shot there. It happens. So, hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? Today we're going to do some rock mining, I think. I think that's kind of the game plan. I was really torn because I had all this stuff that I was thinking I might do, including taking out a ship maybe I hadn't flown in a while and just kind of bumming around. But then I thought maybe, just maybe, we would focus on doing one thing, doing some rock mining. It's always fun. I always have fun doing some rock mining. But I will be prepared just in case we mix it up later. And of course, if you're catching on stream, this is your open invitation to join me if you'd like to. Let's see now. Now, I did get my Valkyrie, and I did get my Nomad. And this is kind of the moment of truth. Which ship do I take? Because honestly, I'm not so sure I'm all like super excited about the Valkyrie lately. I've been really just loving kind of the Nomad, but just to keep things open, I'm going to do the Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a lot of fun to fly, and doesn't really lock me into rock mining like the Nomad does. Hangar 8. Lots of exciting things happening in Star Citizen lately. I've been kind of catching up on the news. I think the most interesting thing is this cargo discussion that happened on Spectrum today. A lot of questions about how is cargo going to work, and oh no, speaking of gonna work, is this gonna work? Okay, that's a lot lower than I normally go, but okay. Yeah, a lot of cargo discussions. What's gonna be the thing that changes with cargo? And it just seems to me like the answer is there's some pretty cool things happening. Like there's the way that they described how cargo is going to work. Oh, look at that. I finally got these guns off of my 890. I was recently a guest on Starstream's stream, and with Space Bub and a bunch of other people, and we were kind of rocking around doing random things, and I ended up taking out the 890 jump for part of that. And I'll see if I can remember to put the link in the description, but I had forgotten that I had all of these guns just scattered around on my 890, including these railguns. So I've got 3 railguns now. I don't really use railguns. So, that's kind of an unused thing for me. Maybe I'll give them away to somebody. Let's see here. Okay, so I do want to grab some ammo. And I just, you know what? We need search so bad because I don't know what the ammo looks like. This is kind of I know eventually you kind of get used to. That's the P8. This is the one right here. So if I can remember what that looks like, I would like them to stack. But they don't. So I just got to see if I have any more. I don't think I do, actually. I think I'm all out of that ammo. But we're going to start out rock mining, so I wanted to make sure I had everything here in case I needed it. And I'm going to grab a suit. Yeah, that wasn't it, Spaceball? It was kind of like one of the more like just randomly fun thing that I've done in the game in a long time. I think it was kind of, I was trying to like think about that because, you know, Star, he does all these streams all the time and they're always so entertaining. And of course, you know, you want to learn from the best. So I was kind of like thinking about how he approaches his streams. And I think one of the things that was interesting was that like we had like 4 or 5 different things that we did and we just kind of rolled with it, you know, like as things happened, we just rolled with it. So we started out with this whole mining mission and then Star got griefed. And so we didn't know what to do after that. And then we just kind of did a ship show and then we went to the wreck. You know, it was kind of cool. It's actually really cool. Okay, so I've got my Pembroke suit. I've got some food, water, tractor beam. I've got everything I need. Guns, weapons, med devices. I think I'm good. Kind of the other thing about the Valk, which is totally underutilized, is, I should say underutilized by me, is this thing will hold over 20 people, which I think is awesome.
All systems online.
Checking that all out.
You are clear to launch.
Low flying was a blast, Space Bub. I would say for sure that was like my first time low flying, and then it was with the Gladius. And I went back and watched the stream, you know, to kind of catch me flying by, see how I looked when I flew by and did the low flying. And I was way higher than than you were. I was like, you know, triple the distance from the surface that you were. But even at that level, which is where I should be, because you are, you know what you're doing. And I was just kind of practicing. But I would say, you know, I could see myself getting into that for sure. And I really want to get my stick set up all done. And I'm kind of using that as my excuse because I really don't have, you know, if I go decoupled, I don't know how well that works on keyboard mouse. I think it's just meant more for like a stick setup. Obviously I'm making assumptions here, but let's see here. So I might just head to I'm going to go to Aberdeen. Yeah, just I was trying to just not kill him. I think me too, Spaceball. Oh, hey, and thank you for that. Yeah, I know you mentioned that you do some 3D printing. And I was thinking about that the other day, in fact, because I just know there's going to be something that I need 3D printed. I almost bought a 3D printer and I did a little research on it, and then I decided to kind of like, because I do this thing where I get into a hobby, and the way I get into the hobby is by buying the thing that you need to do the hobby, and those are kind of my you know, favorite hobbies. And I was like, oh, I could really be dangerous if I had a 3D printer. A buddy of mine that I used to live next to, he has 2 or 3 printers, each with different purposes, I guess. And he was kind of giving me the lowdown, and I thought, oh man, I could. So I decided maybe I would, you know, kind of back off because it's kind of like that, you know, that addictive quality of like, okay, I'm going to lose I'm gonna lose some of my social uh, outings if I get into this kind of obsessive hobby. I can only have one obsessive hobby at a time. Right now, I'm kind of spending it on the other ones can be there. You know, I have other hobbies, of course, but the one that sort of overtakes what I'm all doing, that's, you know, I could see 3D printing becoming one of those. Because I'd want to learn CAD. I'd want to start designing things, you know. Oh, awesome. Thank you. That's very generous. Yeah, because what I was thinking, um, yeah, I had like these little things I was thinking that if I had a 3D printer, I'd print them. Um, but yeah, like I definitely will keep putting more thought to that. I have to get the bases for my verbals. I mean, that's the big thing. I don't have the bases. They were on back order, and I think I've told you this story before. The verbals were on back order when I bought them, and I bought them. Not really forgot that I bought them, but it took so long. This is not good. We're not going to be. I forgot that we have to go pick up the rock here. So it took so long that I kind of forgot. And then when I got them, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go get these bases, and they were back ordered. So I'm like, okay, let me wait just a little bit. And then I had to move, and all this other stuff happened. So it just became.
You are continuing to approach a restricted facility. Trespassing.
No, I'm not.
According to local laws.
Did you hear that? I got a warning. Custom exhaust shrouds for ASIC miners. What's that? Tell me more about that. What is an? I don't know if I've ever heard that term before. Is it just something I'm missing? It's completely obvious. I think it'd be cool to 3D print some of the ships too. I know you mentioned that. Oh, Bitcoin miners. Okay. Like, you mean for their machines? For the mining machines? Exhaust for the mining machines? Seems like there's been kind of a drop off in content for Star Citizen. I think everyone's kind of waiting for the 3.18 to drop. And I was talking earlier about the cargo announcements, and there's a couple of weird things and some good things. I think we're getting, this is kind of a tier 0, as they say, release. And I think that's good. For the most part, they have to roll something out because we are now there's kind of a backlog of things that need to be going. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yep. That just happened. Okay, I will restart and see you guys on the flip side. Sorry about this, but technical difficulties. I'm glad I cleaned my desktop. Be back in just a minute. I think I'm going to end up back in Area 18. So we'll just wait and see. That'd be weird if I end up in Area 18. But it could happen. Hey, Spacebub, did you check out Squirrel's video that he did? I think he did a really good job on what was it? I can't remember the crab ship that he reviewed. The name of it, the Banu? No. Maybe. Oh, this doesn't look good at all. This doesn't look good at all. I'm in a hospital gown. And I'm at Area 18. And my local inventory is not correct. Oh, so like everything I was wearing and then more ended up here because I've never... Oh, odd. This is very odd. Let's go see what ship... Yeah, the Banu Defender, that's it. Yes, I knew... I just kept thinking Banu Merchantman, and then obviously that's wrong. Oh, man, the frames are dropping here today. Yeah, it was an awesome video. I hope he does more of those. I was thinking that... Okay, dude. Dude just jumps in here. Looks just like me. Yeah, he... I really think he has a really good sense of, like, the details, all the little... Like, I would do more ship reviews, but I don't know as much as he does about the ships, you know? So, I mean, I know quite a bit, but I don't know enough to declare myself, you know, as an expert enough to make a video, even though I like making ship videos. And those are very popular, by the way. Like, if you do any Star Citizen stat reviews of any analytics, if it has to do with a ship, it's always popular. In fact, all of my streams, I used to do these kind of ship streams where I would feature the ship. Those are by far the most viewed videos on my channel. We'll get dressed in the train. Somebody dropped some fruit. Yeah, this is all stuff I did not have here. I don't have these. I never had these here. So my inventory's just been really wonky lately, where things are showing up. Yeah, I just have to write a good script. You know, I wish I had the time to put together an edited content. Seems like fun. I'm with you, man. Like, I actually had this thought that it would be cool to team up, you know. Squirrel Lord can point us in the right direction of which ship to review. You, my friend, could do the in-game video footage, or at least direct it. You've got a good eye for that. I could voice it. You know, help out with the editing, the video editing itself, because I love editing video. It takes a long time, but I'm very passionate about that. Oh yeah, see, I lost all my sustenance and everything. Just a weird set of things here that I have in my inventory. But, you know, team up on a video. And, that would be fun, to do that, I think. Yeah, I bet you do. I have some footage, too. I've been cataloging, everything, when I record my sessions. I catalog what I do, basically tag everything, and then every screenshot I've ever taken in the game. Oh, see, I'm not even, it says destroyed on Aberdeen. I did not destroy that ship, and I don't want to wait for it. So what we're going to do, I might just take the Redeemer. Nah, I said I was going to mine, didn't I? And I really don't want to let the people down. Let's file a claim for the Nomad, and let's go back and do some mining. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, what I was going to say is, like, between the three of us, we probably have hundreds of hours of content. It's just a matter of piecing it together to put a narrative together. And, you know, I think everyone's first video is always kind of the, you know, I don't know how to say it. It's like the least produced, which is what you kind of have to do when you get into a new hobby, is just put it out there. It's going to be bad, you know, but I think Squirrel's video was pretty great for a first video, because he's just got to, you know, he's got to find his voice. He's got to kind of find, you know, his rhythm, get into sort of his rhythm. But I think all of his streaming has helped him with that. And I think, you know, the footage, having some good footage, having some good narration, and, you know, I think, like, showing, if you just picked a ship, showing the ship featured, that would be awesome. Hey, Mordred. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? So I think there's a lot there. Do I really have to go around to the other side? Yeah, there's been kind of a break in the regular streamers here lately, hasn't there? I mean, I know Starstream, he streams quite a bit. I caught his stream last night. I couldn't sleep. It's like 4 a.m. and he was live. 4 a.m. my time. Come on. Yeah, so we're going to go to Magda because I don't have a suit here and I'm not going to go buy one. But we haven't seen Jack in a while. I know he's probably just getting back to life after the big Chicago trip that he took. I do love the Nomad. I don't know why. I've got other bigger, better ships, but I just keep kind of coming back to the Nomad when I do rock mining. Oh no, you got a headache. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know if this is... There we go. Gotta love Area 18. See that, how that nose drops? That is just one of the only gripe I have about this ship is if it gets any movement, its head just loves to drop. And I know, you know, I'm raising it, but... A dreadache. Yeah. Yeah. When I get a headache, okay, so I'm one of those people who I just avoid medicine. It's not because I don't believe medicine or that I'm not, trying to live in this century or any of that. I believe it. I totally do. But for whatever reason, when I get sick, the state, or I get a headache or I have some kind of ache or pain or something, I just will not take anything for it. And I just, kind of tough it out. But then it reaches this point very quickly, by the way, that I turn into a man baby and I can't do anything. I got to sit down. And I think maybe even I would say probably at that stage of whatever it is, I'm exaggerating. I'm like, I'm not fun to be around because I get grumpy or whatever. And somebody will always say to me, if I'm in company, they'll say, "Why don't you just take a damn aspirin or something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I should." But the idea of that is so far-fetched in my mind. Like, okay, that's the last thing I want to do. But then I do it, and of course, modern medicine, it works. Everything's cool. And all the torture could have been resolved. I'm just trying to get a jump point here. This has happened to me quite a bit more. Can I go over here? There we go. I guess the side that I'm on. Yeah, so I'll do the medicine, I'll take the aspirin like everyone recommends, and then I will just, I'll be fine because aspirin works for me. Well, that was weird. Oh, because it kicked me to the OM. Let's just see if I can jump now. Yes. Yeah, Mordred says, I have an aspirin, but I only take it if the headache is so bad I can't sleep. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yep, I'm exactly the same way. It's like it has to be stopping something that I'm trying to do. Yeah, Mordred, and he says, and yeah, it's absolutely, aspirin absolutely works, but the pain is there for a reason. And then just turning off that pain, without knowing the price. I 100% agree with that. It's too easy. I think doctors call it, or people call it, treating the symptom. Like your leg is hurting for a reason. You can stop it from hurting, but it might be something that you caused by doing some sort of activity. A couple of years ago, I had a personal trainer, and that I always had, like, I would say, I don't know, this sounds like a health show now, but I had these lower back pain issues. And I know what it is. I'm a programmer, software developer by trade, and I spend a lot of time sitting at a desk with a keyboard, and I'm hunched over and maybe not the best posture. That all adds up to lower back pain. And I literally just lived with it. I just toughed it out. I never took anything for it. I never went to a doctor about it, blah, 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 blah. And so a friend of mine a couple of years ago, he gave me a free session for a personal trainer. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get into, getting into more exercise because I need to offset me sitting all day, all the time. And I have a standing desk, and I would stand and sit, and I try to walk a lot. I'm just trying to compensate for the lethargic activity of sitting down and coding all day. So I go to this trainer, and he's like, okay, what are your goals? And we go through that whole intake interview. And he goes, okay, well, do you have any issues that you want to tell me about? I'm like, yeah, I get lower back pain. And he's like, okay, like where? And then I show him like lower back, you know. And then he's like, okay, yeah, cool. All right, we'll fix that. And he literally put me on this regimen where we're doing these extensions and building up. He's like, yeah, it's because your back muscles are weak. You know, essentially we got to build muscle, and then that'll help with your support, and that'll help with your pain. And then sure enough, a couple of weeks of doing some hyperextensions, my back pain went away. So yeah, you're right. I could have like ignored that, but I'm glad I didn't. And so now whenever, you know, obviously whenever I exercise, I try to do hyperextensions, just to keep that rolling. Oh, I am very glad. I'm a jerk. I should have asked you if your headache was okay and that you were okay. I'm glad it is not a bad headache. That's probably something that I should have asked you earlier. So I apologize. I'm glad. That does make me happy. Headaches can be miserable, and you know, looking at screens and, you know, all that stuff with a headache can be just grueling. So I don't know if you guys caught the Spectrum big post that was going on today talking about the whole cargo thing in Star Citizen with 3.18. I guess it was kind of a question, like kind of a Q&A on Spectrum where the developers were asking questions or answering questions. And they were talking a lot about cargo. I thought that was pretty interesting. Some of the changes that are coming up. Really, Mordred, Mordred says, I learned something interesting about joint pain the other day, which I found fascinating. So yeah, tell us more about that. I mean, I've had joint pain. You know, this could be a whole series. We could literally, you know, like, I feel like my kind of grumpy old man persona will come out if we start talking about ailments. But yeah, I do very much care about, you know, good health. If I can try, I try my best. So he says, often the pain doesn't come from something actively being wrong right now. It's a sign from your body making you avoid being in a position or posture that will cause damage. Oh, that's interesting. So it's sort of like a preemptive thing. Like you get a little bit of knee pain because your body's like, hey, your legs aren't doing all that great right now. We don't want you running. Yeah, it is important. Pain is important in the body. There was when I was a little tyke, grade school. I grew up in the Midwest, and we had very cold winters. And we would be out in the recess, you know, kind of playing. And there was this guy who would jog in the dead of winter, and he was like shirtless. Like he had jogging shorts on, and he had jogging shoes and socks on, but he didn't wear a shirt. And it was I mean, these are insane temperatures I'm talking about, you know. where it's so cold we're wearing 3 layers of clothing and we're still cold. And we found out that this guy, he had a neurological condition that he couldn't feel pain. And so he never really knew. Now he could sense temperature, but it didn't cause the pain that you get when you're out in, 0 degree weather, 0 Fahrenheit degree weather without a shirt. So he just didn't wear a shirt, which was just really weird. And he was wearing shorts too, like what you would typically see a runner running in on a hot summer day. That's what he did. So I was just approaching the mining station when we crashed last time. Yeah, Space Bubba. I'd really like to do more of those mining sessions, where we get or, just with Starstream and then those random things. That's a lot of fun. Oh, where did I put my camera there? That's crazy. I remember when I first started playing this game, I was kind of obsessed about landing my ship in this target area. I don't know if you guys are like that. I just really felt like it was it was necessary, which I think I thought more about how some of it was being a perfectionist, of course. I have a lot of precision in what I do daily, so sometimes that spills over into my life, but I actually did it because how buggy the game is. Well, when I started playing, it just felt like, oh, if I don't land right in the paint, I bet it won't even know I'm on the pad. Did you see my ship move around a lot? Okay, that's the wind. That's the Magda wind. Yeah. Mordred says that mining is super chill, when you get into it, and it has this nice mixture of stuff that you got to manage that keeps you engaged enough, and long stretches just calmly smooth zooming across the landscape. I totally agree with that. I love all types of mining, by the way. I've been doing more rock mining, but I think that's just because I don't like mining. I prefer mining like Quantanium with people. And so, if you want to control your own fate, I really don't need any of this stuff. If you want to control your own fate, you can't always, grab a couple of people. And I do a lot of group mining. But on stream... Oh, that's interesting. The Redeemer I can retrieve? Really? Well, no, that's not going to work. But when I want to just kind of jump out there, I do rock mining.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Yeah, you can. Mordred says you can do get a lot of muscle memory. That's exactly right. And Space Bub says, I was trying to be precise when I first started. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I used to really worry about breaking a rock. And I think it was sort of that. One of the things that I learned, once you get more comfortable, you're okay when it sort of dips into the red a little bit. You don't freak out like, if you, because if you do, you make things worse.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
And so that was kind of the first thing when I, the very first time I saw, got the overcharge warning when I was mining Quantanium for the first time, I was like, okay, let's let it cool down. And, and then you kind of like, it's just like like Space Bob, you love doing low flying, right? And I, like you said the other day, like, oh yeah, you're going to see the collision alert. And you just kind of have to like, it's correct, you will collide, but you're fine. Like, don't panic. And you have to just get more comfortable with that warning. Because if you get too panicked, that's not good. I have a lot of hobbies. And sometimes I do, I'm not as active in them, but, I was saying a while ago, I was talking to some friends and it came up. They're like, you have a lot of hobbies that require helmets. And I was like, yeah, I kind of do. So, like that's not, yeah, that's right. So it's like one of those things that you want to test your, I don't know, fear. You just want to kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not safe, but it is safe, right? You want it to become safe. So like I drive a motorcycle, and I didn't until very late in life. Whoa. But nothing's more dangerous than the moon wind in Star Citizen. No, but it's a very dangerous thing, at least on the outside it appears to be, driving a motorcycle, that is. But it's a very therapeutic thing to do, because there's something about when you're doing something like that, like, it's dangerous. I don't think a lot of people understand when you're in a vehicle, when you're in a car, and you're just protected with those nice safe walls and the sound and the wind and from all that weather and all this, you're protected from all that. If you just remove that little thin layer of protection, the idea that you are in a box made of metal, driving down a freeway at a crazy amount of speed, anyone would register that as being dangerous. And when you're in a motorcycle, you can't ignore those elements. You are very much aware of those things. And so you come to terms with your fear threshold very quickly, because you have to. You're on this thing with two wheels and you're driving down the highway, and there's a huge semi that would kill you. So you literally just have to kind of come to terms with that. And it really reminded me of the first time I drove a car, and then then you get comfortable in the car. And I think facing your fears like that, it is very therapeutic. It puts things into perspective. And so one time I actually was going out late at night and driving my motorcycle on the interstate, because it was very calming. Just like, it was kind of like I don't know, exhilarating, calming, realigning, like if you're having a bad day and you're like, oh man, why did I get so upset about this thing that happened? Just I would just sort of hop on my motorcycle and go for a spin. And then it became clear to me that none of that stuff really mattered. And so it was kind of very relaxing to do that. And it was one of those trips in the evening, I was kind of just actually. Oh no, that's not a rock. Where I was doing this, and my motorcycle died. I was on center lane interstate, 75 miles an hour speed limit, and my battery, the power of the motorcycle died. And I immediately thought, oh, I got to pull over. So I go to lean into a turn, to turn the bike to bring the motorcycle to the right lane and then hopefully to the side of the interstate for safety. But I was so thrown off by the power going out of my motorcycle because everything was pitch dark. I was looking down and I couldn't see the motorcycle below me. That's how dark it was. That I forgot to check my lane. And a very large semi was in that right lane and didn't see me, of course, because the power had died on my motorcycle. And so he was going straight and literally got pushed away by the wind. But I wasn't far enough into the lane before he flew by me, and I looked over, corrected myself, and kind of took myself out of the turn, out of the lane turn. And I swear I could have licked the side of that semi if I didn't have a helmet on. And I got bounced back out, and I was in the middle lane. And then the semi flew by, and then I found an exit. I, did the lane merge, got to the side of the road, did an exit. I was safe. I was sound. I was fine. But that was, that was pretty scary for a moment there. I honestly did not know what was going to happen. And so I obviously got the bike repaired. But the first day I got it, I'm like, I have to go back out onto the highway. Oh man, I cannot be that person who lets something like that stop me from doing something that I enjoy doing. So that very night I took the very first night that I got the motorcycle back after being repaired, I went back onto the same interstate and took the same trip. And everything was fine. I'm still here. But I have always been that way. Trying to, I wouldn't say face your fears, but you can't let your fears drive everything. You have to experience life, and that includes the fear that comes from being rejected or the fear that comes from somebody making fun out of you, whatever. Oh, do I have somebody on radar? Or is that, oh, that's my rock. If you find yourself being driven by that for too long, it's not for me. It's not for me. And again, that's not an endorsement to go buy a motorcycle or anything if that's not your thing. Because they are dangerous. They are they are absolutely dangerous. I'm a grown adult. But when I had my motorcycle, I'm in between motorcycles right now. But when I had my motorcycle, I wasn't always openly telling, my parents, even though I'm a grown adult by all measures, but I was still not telling them some of the close calls I had. I think that was the worst one for sure. because it was just dark, and it was a stupid thing for me to not check my lane. That was my fault. But, you know, when your motorcycle dies in the middle of an interstate, your first thought is, I got to get off the road. Okay. Not even paying attention to which direction I'm going. So Space Pup says he skateboards on some pretty big ramps. Yeah, and it's all a matter of self-control. Learning how to fall gracefully. Yep, I agree. Yeah, it can be applied to, that's a lesson you can be applied to anything. I totally agree. Now, before I even got my motorcycle, I did a safety course. There's a kind of a selfish reason as to why I did that, because in the state that I was living in, if you did a safety course, if you took this safety course, you didn't have to do the driving test for the motorcycle. You just had to do the written test. And the driving test for the motorcycle, it was a pretty intense from what I hear. There's either they drive on a separate motorcycle, or they are the passenger on your motorcycle. But either way, they have like an earpiece, and they talk to you while you're trying to drive. And I didn't want to go through that because I didn't have any motorcycle driving experience. So I took this safety course, and the thing that I think what I was surprised by was the lessons were really all about, like what you said, Space Bub. It's like you kind of have to learn how to control this thing that you're going to be on, because most people in a car, like when you get into danger, the first thing you do is you slam on the brakes, and that's cool. You have 4 wheels. Oh, cool. We found some hadanite. You got 4 wheels, and you're going to stop just fine. But if you slam on the brakes on a motorcycle, that's not always the best option. So you have to learn to override your natural instincts, and you might want to accelerate away. In fact, one of the things that I learned, which was really interesting, we had like a little lesson on, like, I guess dogs, they have, they take issue with motorcycles. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Here's some motorcycle facts for you. Dogs in particular, they don't like the shape, the sound. It just freaks them out. And so we actually were taught how to evade a dog, an attacking dog, on a motorcycle. And the method, in case you're wondering, is not what you think. It depends on where the dog approaches you from, but you're supposed to point your motorcycle towards the dog. I know this sounds crazy, right? But if the dog is kind of running towards you and you've got some distance, you actually lean towards the dog, because in a motorcycle, you're most maneuverable to where you're pointing. So you can't turn. You're sort of limiting yourself. If you're getting attacked by a dog from that angle, you're limiting yourself if you don't face them. And then you're supposed to increase speed. And that sounds crazy, right? Why do you do that? Well, in a motorcycle, speed is traction. Those people who are driving motorcycle and racing motorcycles look at, oh my God. Are you kidding me? Is my body sliding? It's sliding, isn't it? Are you kidding me? I mean, I walked down the ladder. I walked down the ladder and died. Okay, I'm getting up. That doesn't seem right to me. I mean, that doesn't seem right to me at all. This look precarious to you? I think it does. I'm afraid to get in and go back down this elevator, but like I was just preaching, I suppose we have to face our fears here and be so bold to go down a ladder. I'm going to move the ship a little bit because I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, actually, it didn't look too bad, but yeah, those are just ghosted rocks, I guess, and probably being a little. But look at that wind. All right, I'm gonna risk it. And I do have my landing gear down, right? Yeah. You can't tell with a Nomad if I mean, I guess you can. You can see the extensions there. Okay. You know what? I think we're going to risk it. I probably did worse. You kind of have to let it settle. I don't know if that's... I'll turn the engines off. Yeah, that's no good. Come on. I can't believe... yeah. I thought about doing a series about dying in Star Citizen, just like provide some actual helpful advice about like the best way to die or the specifics around dying in certain situations. It's such a big part of this game. Comically big. I'm just not finding anything level here. I probably had a decent land on my first one. And I'm not doing any mining here in a long... Oh, man, I can't... This is a little ridiculous. But it just happens to be in a bad spot. Okay, I'm going to take that. Taking it. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, yeah, we were talking about dogs and motorcycles. But anyway, in that safety course, the motorcycle safety course that I took, I think what was interesting about it was they literally dispel this myth that, hey, when you're in a motorcycle, if you want to be safe... Oh, man, I almost died again. If you want to be safe, slow down. Actually, the advantage of a motorcycle is that it's not a car. And it can fit between lanes, and you have a lot more escape options. And if you slow down, that's bad. Don't immediately slow down. You're supposed to maintain speed. And then if, you need to slow down, you can, but don't slow down right away because you need that speed to... that translates to traction in the tires of a motorcycle. And those things can turn on a dime. At least the ones I was driving. So, yeah, that was a tough lesson to learn, but that actually saved me too because I had another situation. And this was definitely not mechanical. It was another driver who wanted to share the lane with me and my motorcycle, but she didn't realize that by doing so, I couldn't turn. I couldn't turn. I didn't have enough room to turn my motorcycle. She was so close. So that was interesting too. All right, I'm going to shut up and break a rock. The audience is like, yeah, how about it? Okay, well, see you on the flip side. Oh boy. There we go. No problem, Mordred. Thanks for stopping by, Mordred. I really appreciate it. I always did think of myself as a background streamer too, by the way. So I know I'm happy to be on in the background. Yeah, this is my favorite part, scooping up the gemstones. Just especially actually in the dark, it actually is even cooler. That wasn't smart. I am a skilled driver. But sometimes I do run into a rock with the rock. Okay, everyone, just sit tight for just a sec. I'm going to go grab a beverage. So I'll be AFK for just a second. I'll switch the tune. Is this a good one? Yeah, this is a nice, calm, relaxing tune. As I go fix myself a beverage, and I'll be right back. Give me about 3 minutes. Oh, that was an abrupt music stop. Sorry about that. Thank you. I am back. And I am beveraged. So we can continue. Oh, I should have powered down. SpaceBub says he does 9 things at once. Yeah, I do the same thing. I try not to. In fact, I go through these streaks where I hyper focus on one thing and then I get gradually bad at that and then I reset. And a lot of software, because I spend a lot of time in front of a computer, a lot of software has been developed, you know, with this idea in mind that you have to focus on one thing. Because all the studies show that when you do split your attention, you're less effective. But we all know that, and we still do it anyway. And that's cool, you know. But I do like to dabble in just random things. If I'm doing something and I can take a micro break or something and start doing something else, it's just, you know, interesting to kind of hang out and do just a bunch of random things. I actually watch a lot of streams in the background, and I wasn't kidding when I said, part of when I was doing my own stream and getting kind of a game plan together, I'm like, I wonder if I could just like be that background streamer that just kind of does the chill stuff, because I'm not great at FPS. I'm better than I used to be. PvP, it's entertaining to watch me try, but it's not something that I'm spectacular at. But I really enjoy watching those streams. And so I thought to myself, maybe I would relax and just kind of be a little bit more of a background streamer and do things like box missions and rock mining. And that's one of the reasons why I started watching Jack Axton, because he's just really good, in my opinion, at taking, let's be honest, a mundane task of hauling and making it extremely entertaining. I don't have a lot of options here to jump to, do I? I think I only have one other option here. And I thought that's more like my speed. It's doing something. And, I think a lot of the chill streams are the ones that I kind of gravitate towards. Just because I think, when you have an MMO, when you have a game like this, it is a beautiful game. There's some beautiful scenes. It's very much like, for me, I got into this game because I thought I want to be on a moon, like the fantasy aspect of it. That's the thing that kind of excited me. And that's why people get into those type of any type of game, really, right? You get into that because you want to experience the I'm not going to use the word immersion because that's an overused word, but you want to experience something, visually interesting. And I mean, look what we're doing right now. We're on Magda, flying to the sun. There's a lot of wind and activities. We're flying over these little mountains. And I think if you focus on other types of gameplay that are more, more exciting sounding, that you do yourself sort of a disservice. I think one of the very first tutorials I've ever watched about Star Citizen, it was about kind of just appreciating your surroundings, and and I've taken that to heart. Like, I honestly think that's a big part of why I like mining. I would take whatever's there as long as it's had night. Okay, here we go. There we go. Had night. Awesome. I will mine that. Okay. That's probably good enough. The ship is actually pretty forgiving with its ramp, I think.
Engine systems disabled.
I don't think I've gotten the timing of the doors on this ship totally synchronized to my walking.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Okay, let's break some rocks. I've seen big clusters here today, but I don't usually see big clusters on Magda. I know everyone says that they do, but...
Extraction mode on.
Alright, we'll see you on the flippy.
Mining mode on. Fracturing mode on.
Nice. I love breaking me some rocks. I really do. I say it way too often, but it's just fun. I don't know why. So we're going to keep doing this. Magda seems to have calmed down over here, which is nice. It can have some weather here, and that is a factor. Whoa. I keep meaning to load some more music. I've got a sound mixer that I'm using for these songs, so I can sort of play DJ while I'm actually streaming. And there's specific songs I don't have. Did I not have my landing gear down? Is that what happened? Okay, let's pretend I did. So anyway, yeah, I've got a few that I kind of go to their royalty. You know, I pay for the license. And yeah, but I keep wanting to add some more. This is the newest background song that I added. And I've got them all color coded on my sound mixer so I can see which ones are the backgrounds. And I've got a Rodecaster Pro, and it comes with all these default sounds. You know the sounds. Like the, you know, applause sound and all that stuff. I was just looking for those. Yeah, so they got these. Yeah, there's some sound effects. And when you tell a joke. But I don't use those. I don't use those at all. So I can empty those and put some decent music on here. Need to find more chill songs. Now, I don't even know if I want to mine this. It's right on the side of a mountain. No, I'm not going to mine that. I think I might mine this one if it ends up being a gem. And Hadanite. Nope. Nope, nope, no bueno. Okay, now what about this one? Dolvine. No, thank you. No, thank you. Now this is tempting. Let's see what this looks like. Come on, head night. Yeah, baby. Yes. Why do I get excited? It happens all the time. I really don't need to be that excited, do I? Trying to be relaxing and calming, and then I'm getting all worked up. And some people would say, you're not worked up enough, Yentra. You're too chill. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Anonymous, random, made-up person. That's fair. Okay, stuck the landing. Somehow we ended up with a little more gap there, but you can walk up it. ROC can definitely drive up it. Okay. Be nice to me, wind. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. That's the wind knocking me around. There we go. Okay, we're going to break a ton of rock. Why am I suddenly became very interested in the lower part of my body? All right. This is going to be a long... What do I got here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rocks. Awesome. That's great. Okay, well, I'm going to shut up and break some stuff. Hope everyone's week is going well. I always want to mention that in stream because I know everyone is having their own kind of week. And yeah, sometimes with streaming, I really love streaming, by the way. It's just very therapeutic for me to do it because it's me kind of playing the game, sharing some experiences, and yeah, like whenever I can't sleep or I've got, you know, something on my mind, I love turning on other people's streams and kind of watching them as I tune out a little bit. You know, I've got a very, I would say mentally exhausting. It is mentally exhausting to be a software developer. But I love it. I absolutely love my job, of course, but I've learned that there are times when I can focus and there are times when I'm just not focusing and I can't get things done. And I have to, you know, respect that. That's a moment I may not be able to work. And that doesn't happen very often. I can do 8, 9, 10-hour straight sessions of coding before I sort of hit that point. In fact, I very often kind of known for forgetting to eat. Like I will get in the middle of a coding session and I will look up and it's, you know, 6 p.m. and I haven't had lunch and I don't eat breakfast. I have coffee. That's the first thing I have in the morning. I love coffee in the morning. But sometimes I will go several hours without a meal and forget to eat because I'm so, you know, focused on what I'm doing. Now that was just a dumb move on my part, so I'm gonna fix it. But so then with that, this game is a great distraction mentally, and mining, you know, it's kind of I wouldn't say it's a mindless activity. You can see how terrible I am when I'm trying to talk and mine at the same time. Oh, now see, that's going to be all over, right? We did okay. I'm going to break this other one. Whoa, okay. Let's break this one. But yeah, you know, kind of one of the goals of this channel is to be a place just for people to obviously to share experiences with other players. That's kind of primary goal. But the secondary is just to kind of be a destination for people to relax and chill. Honestly, I know you've probably, maybe you have enough drama and excitement in your life and you just want to kind of tune out like I like to do. Watch some guy mine and just, you know, it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. Okay, we're going to try to scoop these up. I'm going to spend a little time finding these orphans and giving them a home. That's kind of how I think about it. Like I went through all the trouble of breaking them, and then they run off and want to be independent, and I'm asking them to come on back home. Go to your home. But you know, we don't want to waste too much time. Every gem needs a home. These songs, by the way, I've heard them so many times, they're in my dreams. I'd be fixing myself a sandwich and I'm like, dun, 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 dun. That's what's in my head. So if you're sick of them, I'm sorry. I'll do better. But I like them. They're kind of just background, chippy. I was watching a video today, and there was I really need to know who this was, because I watch his videos all the time, but I can't think of the name. And he literally punched a caterpillar, and it exploded, like with his fists in the game. He just punched he just punched it, and that thing blew up. I don't know why I mentioned that, but I thought it was fascinating content. I'm not joking. I'm not being facetious here. He really was entertaining, and he's just like, watch, I'll show you. He's kind of proving a point. Sometimes this game does that, doesn't it? Kind of, I think one of the sort of byproducts of the fact that this game has such realism baked in, the textures, all that stuff fools us into believing it's reality, right? Our minds just sort of accept that this might be a real thing that we're looking at. Then you see something ridiculous like a person punching a caterpillar and it exploding, and it just makes it more humorous. Because you're seeing something that's got a high level of fidelity, and it's somebody blowing up a ship with their bare fists. Wish I had like a ground vehicle. Well, I do. I've got the ROC, but I'd love to like just drive up that mountain right there. Okay, what do we got here? Give us some good stuff. Dolvine. I said good stuff. Dolvine is not fine. I don't like being in these mountains, by the way. This is just... want some flat land. Okay, okay, okay. Give me a read here. Dolvine. Did we check that one out? Let's go check that one out. Oh, it's a nice flat area. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Ah, rocks. I'm gonna head over here. Sometimes I just get a sense that I should go to a different direction and then I'm going to find what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's not great, but I'm looking at the position and I'm not happy. But that's going to be some gems, so you know, you got to give it its due. Yeah, it's 3 of them too. I kind of don't want this to be Had Night, but I'm going to mine it if it's Had Night because I want to mine. Okay. Accept the signs. Accept the signs and just roll with it. Don't overthink it. Now we are going to be on the side of a hill like nobody's business. So we're going to head down here. Landing gear is down. This is not going to be flat. Is it? Not really the best, is it? I think I could do better back here. That's not what I wanted. I'm gonna take that.
Engine systems disabled.
No death. That's good. Okay. My favorite part is mining. It's just what we wanted to do.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Oh boy, did I miscalculate here? Oh no, they're up here, aren't they? I mean, I know they're up here. Oh my gosh. Look at where these rocks are. Okay. These are on a steep steep incline. Let me just take a peek here. Okay, there's 3 of them. I'm just gonna break.
Extraction mode on.
Okay, this is going to be a vertical incline, so. All right.
Fracturing mode on.
I'm going to try this. Can I hit this rock from here? I might need to go vertical here. All right, we can do that.
Warning. Power critical.
I think this is going to be a fun one to scoop. What do you think?
Warning. Power critical. Warning. Power critical.
that a... Okay, I was going to say that.
Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on.
Okay, so now we get the fun of collecting what is, I'm sure, a very scattered field. Oh, let's not... Oh, man. Okay, well... Let's scoop what we can. Okay, well... We'll do what we can. I think there's a pretty good grouping over there to the right of us, so... That's cool. Just work my way to the... Yeah, I'm going to start over here on the left. Sorry for all the jumping around, too. This is not the best way. But I need to be in first person to see the diamonds. Okay. Not too bad. Not ideal, but not too bad. Doesn't that pick your spirits up? Does for me. I do feel like we will be here all night if I don't abandon this this effort at some point. So I'm just going to look over here to the right, or to the left rather, my other right. And let's see what we can scoop here. I mean, there's just a big cluster. I probably should have not mined this one. It was a little, yeah, a little risky. I only have so much patience for this. So I think, if everyone will forgive me, I like what we did, and I feel like we can conclude and move on to the next episode. And by episode, I mean the next mining opportunity. Oh, good. That was good. Not what I wanted, but you know, that happens. I'm going to get in the ship before I retract that, because I think that's going to shift the ship in a way that we do not want it to. Yes, we did leave a lot of diamonds on that one, but I don't know if that wasn't a bad thing. I think we'll continue doing a little mining here. I've got a couple of other things I might want to do. I don't know why, I just had it in my mind that I was going to take the 600i out today. I haven't flown that ship in a long time. Just like the idea of maybe doing a box mission with that ship, but I want to do a little bit more mining here, especially if this ends up being Hadnite right here. Because I love me some Hadnite. Oh, now, and now if with this cluster, that would be amazing. Ah, Dolvine. The cursed Gemin. Come on, baby. Yeah, I just want to find... I just love to find one more cluster of Hadnite. You know? And I can always come back to mining if I decide to do something else, but... Okay, now this could be Hadnite, and this could be only, it's only 4, but it could be a sign. It is head night. Awesome. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't lower my ramp. Or raise my ramp. But that's okay. I was just about ready to lower it. Yeah, right, maybe over here. Don't die? Okay, good. Nope. Okay, that was weird.
Systems on.
Okay, not a bad little cluster here. 4, which is nothing to scoff at. Alright. I will focus on breaking these rocks and see you on the flip side.
Extraction mode on. Mining mode on. Fracturing mode on.
That's what we want. We're gonna cash this in. Yeah, let's cash this in. Get some money.
Engine systems enabled. Landing gear. Quantum travel engaged.
Yeah, let's cash this in real quick, and then I think I want to fulfill my dream of flying a 600i on a box mission. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I think we made... Oh, gosh. I think we made close to 200. But, I don't know. 170. That's what I'm thinking right now. 170? I don't know. That seems like a high number. It's probably not quite that high. But let's go with 165. That's how much I think I made. Oh, I think I'm going to be terribly wrong. It's kind of like I'm just guessing. It's like it feels like it's 165. Oh no, Space Bub. Your binding's reset. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Yeah, we're going to see how much we made. We're going to cash in our chips. Landing gear down.
Engine systems disabled.
Why do you think your bindings keep getting reset? It feels like that is something that would be a major inconvenience. All right, we're going to try to sell. Oh. Oh, look at that. Do you guys remember the last time that the wind hurled you 50 feet out of the building you were trying to get into? Yeah, me too. Happens all the time on Earth. Ah, gotcha. Space Bub. Yeah. It seems like a mapping issue. Oh, I do not see my rock. Ah, that's annoying. Okay, well, we gotta go take the rock out and store it. But that's okay, we're done for the evening on the rock mining. And I think I'm gonna do... I don't know why, I've just been craving flying a 600i. Like, I'm destined to fly the 600i tonight. So I want to fulfill that dream. And yeah, I don't know why. I dreamt about this last night. Oops, I want to get this rock out of here. Get out of here. Okay, maybe the wind is stopping the terminal from understanding that I have some stuff in this rock. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Oh, I just gunned it, and that was a bad idea. I love ground vehicles. I very much love driving. And I'm not saying that that they figured it all out, because it isn't perfect, but I love just driving around. It's good enough that you want to drive a ground vehicle. I think you should. If you don't own one, they're the cheapest thing to buy in game. You can buy most of them in game for very little money, and yeah, they're worth it. They're worth every penny. Okay, now I'm going to try to check this in so we can get our cash money. You got to be careful of these things. I don't know if you know this, but a Nova tank will blow up if it hits one of these things. Well, not blow up, but it can be impaled by that light, which seems unfair. It's a tank, after all. All right, we're going to check this vehicle in. Cash in our money. And look for another activity. Oh, see, now this is bad. Wait. Okay.
Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Raycat rock. There we go. That's what we want. That's better than what I was expecting. Okay, great. So now that has been stored. No thanks. There we go. Yeah, I want all that. Even though I don't really. Okay. Well, now I've stored this vehicle. Let's... What did I say? Oh, gee, now come on. Oh, hang on. I said, what did I say? 260... 165? Ooh, 158. Not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I mean, you're not going to get rich, but honestly, it's what are we looking at? 2 hours, 34 minutes. Most of that was exposition, and I made pretty decent haul there. So, oh, I don't know. I think getting a ROC is a great way to save up for the ship that you want. Maybe you're saving up for a prospector, you know, and what is a prospector? 2 million, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess, but and, half an hour, hour and a half. You could probably make $2,000, 200,000 rather. In about a little over an hour, and maybe let's say an hour and a half. That's pretty good. Pretty good money. Okay, so I'm excited about this. We finished our... I think I'm going to call the rock mining portion over. I need to fly the 600i. I don't know why. I'm just that guy. Why am I rhyming? No, I want the 600i. I want to do a box mission. With the 600i. I don't know why. I'm going to stop rhyming. I'm not even going to try. Okay, so we have to fly to the sun. I love this paint, by the way. I've got all the paints for the Nomad when I bought it. But I love this green and yellow. It's just super sharp. I remember a time. Here's an admission of guilt. I do remember a time I was playing Star Citizen with a couple of friends, and one guy showed up with a Nomad, and I was like, a Nomad? Are you serious? And now I get it. I was late to the game, which I usually am, but I get why he loved that Nomad, because it's a great ship. It's a lovely ship. Okay, so I'm gonna fly to Hurl L1, or should I go right to? No. Here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to go right to Arc L1, where I know my 600i lives. And we are going to go there, pick up the 600i, and do a box mission. Yeah, this sounds good. So, SpaceBub, my setup is I've got two computers. I've got my gaming computer, which is a PC, and my capture computer is a Mac. And because I'm primarily working on a Mac, but I play on a PC because, you know, whatever. But I have a capture card, and if I don't have my Mac on, my monitor does not show the PC, video at all, because that capture card requires the Mac to be on. So it's just a mess. And if I restart any of the computers, OBS doesn't work. I have to reset most of the scenes that I have. Just a pain in the butt. So hopefully that gets fixed. I'm laughing because I just got spammed by some bots here, and I think that's hilarious. I have what, 20 users, 20 subscribers. I tried to set up I tried to set this up so I could see my subscriber goal, but here, I'll show you. It says 7 of 30, which neither of those numbers is correct. I set the goal for subscribers to be like 25, and I have 20, but it's showing 7 of 30. So Stream Elements is not doing a good job with that at all. So here we are. We're heading to ARC. I'm going to head to ARC L1. I'm going to pick up the 600i, and I am going to do a box mission.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Gotta love the Nomad. I think it's close to the Pisces. Yeah, SpaceBub. So little thing about me is I am a huge, absolutely huge Mac person. I have owned Mac computers my entire life. I'm a Mac fanboy. I have watched every documentary about Steve Jobs. It's not a hidden thing. But then I stumbled upon this little game called Star Citizen, and I couldn't get it to play on my Mac. So the very first PC I've ever purchased was to play Star Citizen. And yeah. In fact, I'm such a Mac person that I have not admitted to some of my family members that I even own a PC. Because I'm that much of a Mac person. But the thing is, I get it. I understand why Mac is not a gaming computer, but it's not. It has nothing to do with performance. Macs, as you may or may not know, up until very recently, used to be they used to have Intel-based processors, so you could literally play anything on a Mac that you could play on a PC. You could emulate Windows on a Mac. But then Intel just couldn't get their stuff together, and it became a liability for Apple. And they went out preemptively and started hiring all these great engineers who could make their own custom chip based off the AMD architecture. And turns out they started to beat the progress that Intel, a very well established company, could not beat.
Have a pleasant stay.
And so they switched. And now they have this AMD architecture. It's a very fast. My Mac is the fastest computer I've ever had. It chomps. And it is more than capable of playing a game like Star Citizen. In fact, even emulating some of the PC games on my Mac, they run faster than the PC. But no one thinks of a Mac as a gaming PC. It just doesn't have that reputation. And so everyone, of course, focuses on the PC. And I think that's sad. Because the hardware is not the limitation. It's just perception. So I had to break down and buy a PC to play this game. In fact, I didn't buy just one; I bought two, because I was so fixated on playing this game.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I tried to run Star Citizen on a VM, but you can't do that because where you get tripped up is in the easy cheat. That's incompatible, so you can't even launch the game. So I want to bring out my 600i.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been
Hangar
delivered to the
12.
following
I
location.
love this ship, by the way. I absolutely love Origin. I love their design language. I love this ship. I just wish there was more I could do with this ship. Yeah, I tried. I looked up because the last thing I wanted to do was buy a PC. And I got a couple of other games to run on a Mac. But I couldn't get Star Citizen. And I tried everything I could. And I finally, gave up and just bought a PC. And I have to tell you, I feel dirty every time I use the PC. I just feel dirty. Like I'm a traitor. Like Steve Jobs is rolling over in his grave. Oh. But I can't deny that if you want to play PC games, you need a PC. You can't buy a Mac. Okay, so I love this ship, by the way. It is going to be reworked, and I'm happy about that. But I love it the way it is right now. Okay, what's going on? There we go. Oh, good. So you found a fix.
You are clear to launch.
I am nervous about the whole plethora of settings, Space Bub, on the when I get into the sticks. I think I'm a little nervous about just being overwhelmed by all the different settings. I don't know. USB has always been so unreliable. But Bluetooth is terrible on a PC. I don't know if anyone on a PC knows this, but on a Mac, Bluetooth is amazing. It just works. It works fantastic. On a PC, it sucks. I gave up on my USB keyboard because I could not play this game. Okay, so here I am at ARC L1. I'm going to go to... let's go to Lyria.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Don't, okay. Well... to me, I think the way I would describe the experience of having a PC... now, first of all, I will say this. Windows has come a long way since I used to use it in its early iteration. I think because they finally understood that the way things look and the user interface matters. Like, you just can't ignore the user. And I think has been Windows' problem. They see a feature, they add a feature, and they ignore the user. But they fixed that, and it's a pretty good OS. I know, ironically, a lot of Windows people complain about Windows 11, and you see what's happening right now? This is what happens to me. I can only jump. My jump point does not work until I fly away, far enough away, and it forgets that there's a space station there. So I switch. My setup is I've got a dual monitor system, and I can switch up between my Mac and my PC. When I'm working, I'm on my Mac. When I'm gaming, I'm on my Mac and PC because I stream. So one monitor is Mac, one monitor is PC. And I will tell you this, the PC does not like it when I switch monitor. Like, if you change anything, it just does not like it. You have to restart the computer. But the Mac just adapts. So I take a monitor away from a 2-monitor system on the Mac, and it's like, okay, fine. We'll move everything over to the only monitor that we have, and it just works seamlessly. But on a PC, if I change anything, a mic, a camera, or any other peripheral, it just shuts down. It's like, oh, you need to restart before it really recognizes, what you have. And I think that's the frustration that I've had with Windows. But, I have to face the facts. Mac is not winning the gaming platform wars anytime soon. Windows has a stronghold. So, I bought this computer specifically for Star Citizen. There's nothing else on my PC. I use it for absolutely nothing else. It is the gaming computer for Star Citizen. That's it. That's the only reason I have a PC is for Star Citizen. So, yeah. Okay, so check this ship out, by the way. I love the design of this ship. I just really do. I think Origin, I know people give Origin a lot of flack, but I think they're, some people love, like they'll love Drake, right? Like they'll love the design language of that ship, of all the ships. I love the design language of I just love Origin. I think it's just such a work of art. But I get it. Some people find that pretentious, but not me. Okay, so we're going to go to Lyria. And I'm going to go to Lyria because I need to pick up, or I want to pick up, maybe the mule. Yeah, let's do the mule. So let's find a mining station here. No, I was going to say, I know there's more on Lyria than nothing. We're going to find one, and then we are going to... Yeah, let's go there. I think one of the things that this game has done really well with is regarding ships is that they've created an economy of ships and character of the different manufacturers. They've really made you feel like these are real companies, and you start to expect certain things from certain companies, right? Like, you know, if I'm going to talk about a Drake, you know what you're expecting. Origin, you know, Crusader, you know what you're expecting from those ship manufacturers, and then you can start to sort of identify, and that's very, very smart. Not only for the realism, but also for the ship sales. If I'm going to be honest, you know, that's probably a big motivator. Because you know, it's like Ford, Chevy. You identify as a Ford person. You could never drive a Chevy. And they've done that with their ship manufacturers. Let's get a drink. Let's all pause for a drink right now. If you're at home watching this live or not live, take a break and grab a drink real quick. Wow, look at all that local inventory I have. I should probably move some of this over to my ship, right? Yeah, look at all this stuff. I must have looted here several times and forgot to transfer. I think it's good to keep a stash here, so I'm not going to go too crazy. Where did my helmet go? Where did my helmet go? Where did I put that? Oh, in personal. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I want to go grab a mule, maybe? Maybe. Platinum Bay. Such a nice ship. Is it sad that I dream about star citizenships? Perhaps. But yeah, I do. I woke up and I'm like, oh, I gotta bring the 600i into the game today. Okay, I want to grab either a mule. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab the mule.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
The Drake Mule is the best
Your insurance claim has
ground
been sent.
vehicle
Thank you.
for
Your vehicle
looting.
has been moved to our storage facility. Vehicle selected. Stand by.
It's taking a while.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
I don't think I've ever taken the fork. These forks, I've never extended them since I've gotten this vehicle. What is that noise? Did somebody blow up my ship? Did something blew up? Okay, something blew up. Okay, not my ship, but I heard something blow up. Okay. Let's Is there anything on the radar? Nope. Okay. So I want to do a box mission if I can. Okay. Well, these holograms are never in the right spot, are they? Okay. It's been a time. Let's see if I can get this thing open. There we go. Not sure why I never know where that hit point is for the origin. Just curious because that wasn't me just messing around. For some reason, the mule the turning has changed a little bit since they did the last update. It used to be much more responsive on its turn, but for some reason now it's not. So I don't know what's happening with that. Did I go down the wrong? Yes, I did. Okay. I just love this ship. I love this ship. Oops, I am in the wrong floor. I wouldn't even care if they never redesigned this thing. Honestly, I know it is a waste of space, but it's still a nice ship. I love it. Okay, we're going to go in. And I just want to take a peek. Yeah, somebody got into some trouble. All right, let's take a look at the missions. Yes. We will accept that one. I think we're going to be... Oh, there we go. Good. Well, that was the first time I've ever come out of quantum and have a momentum. Do you see that momentum? I was like being pushed to the right. That's a little weird. Okay, we have arrived. Okay, we are ready to go. Now, these are not the most challenging of, missions. They just aren't, but they're kind of like a bunker, like a mini bunker mission. So I like to do them. I don't have any guns? Oh, shoot. Okay, well, we'll just have to power through it. Oh, you know, I'm not seeing any markers here, which is kind of a bummer. That means we probably won't see any enemies either, so... May just be a straight up box mission. Oh, I see that there's... Yeah, there's sort of a spawn point here. Now, wait, just 1 second. Do I have... Oh, I don't have anything. Oh, yeah, that's right. I crashed, so I didn't... I'm not as prepared as I thought I was. I need... Well, we'll take that. And that. But I need a tractor beam. And a gun. Nope. Okay, now this is interesting. Look at this. It's like somebody else has been here. Yeah, I think somebody else has been here soon. And that's going to make looting terrible. But let's do this. Yeah, let's get the box mission. I wish there were some baddies here. Maybe there'd be something to loot. Let's check this out. Okay, that's good too. Wow, that's rare. This may just be delivery. Which is too bad because I really like looting. Wow, yeah, look at those boxes over there just sitting here. These are definitely boxes from another mission. New objective. Okay, yeah, so this is... That's it. Really? That's not exciting at all. Okay, so we don't have a oh, actually don't have a tracker for that one. Interesting. Let me go check. For another box here. Oh, is that the one I want? It has a marker. Yeah, that might be it. Yep, all those have markers. I'm going to grab this one just to get it out of the way. And I want to see if there's any looting opportunities here to make it worth the trip. It doesn't look like there's a lot, but let's see what we have here. Oh, cool, cool, cool. I'll take that, and I'll take a spare. Yeah, I would love to have some enemies here. Okay, well, there's a red box. That's good. Yeah, I'm going to take these guns. I don't need a sniper. I don't really care for those. we're alone here, which is okay. But I like to pick up the armor from the security and the dead nine-tailed people. So it's a bit of a bust. But we'll do the... Yeah, we're going to do the delivery. Let's head back here. I'm not seeing anything, really. Check down here. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, there's a gun. Yeah, I don't want that. We got our 3 boxes. Let's just run the mission, I guess. Not exciting. It's funny, every time I do this, 100% of the time I do this when I'm not recording, it's exciting. And then when I record, yeah, Mordred, I do have a bot. And everyone's getting bots right now. Is this not... Yes. Okay, good. So yeah, these box missions have been really cool to me. I've gotten a ton of armor. And some bonus money from killing some bad guys and everything. But for whatever reason, there's kind of this dud version where there's nothing there's nothing to loot, and there's no activity. It's almost like we come in after somebody has already run the mission, and that's no fun. So we'll definitely deliver these, and then maybe I'll see if there's another one. I love the mule. Yes, I do. It is the best land vehicle for doing bunkers. And I'm doing a box mission, but this is the equivalent of a bunker for the box mission. So yeah, it's absolutely great. You do have this exterior cargo. Another bonus, by the way, which a lot of people don't think about, is that these box missions have a tendency to flake out in a very particular way. And one of the ways that it flakes out is you'll be able to grab 2 of the 3 boxes, and then the third one will go dead. And if you have it stored on a mule, you can fix that by storing the mule and retrieving it. And you can do that at any mining station, of course. And that's usually where you're dropping these boxes off. So it is just a little bit of an insurance policy too. And then I just love the mule. Yeah, it's such a great, I mean, that turning radius alone. Oh, can I even fit up here? No, I can't. I'm sure there's... Nah. Let's go the other way. I mean, some kind of maneuver like this in any other vehicle, good luck. I can't wait until the cargo refactor makes this useful. Although I will say, I don't know if it's going to be that useful, really. It's only going to be able to move a few boxes at a time. It's not going to be as efficient. But yeah, this is the best thing for box missions. Yeah. Taking the 600i on a box mission is excessive. But I like to mix it up with the ship that I'm using to transport the mule. And this, I used to fly this a lot more than I do now. I'm kind of hanging on to the 600i until they do the rework. Which I don't expect to happen anytime soon. I have it, so I'm going to keep it. And I'll get a new ship. You know, why not? So let's fly up and do at least one delivery, and then we might, let's see how we feel. Might call it after that. Or we might just continue moving on. We'll see. Yeah, I agree, Dread. It like, can you see this being like, I mean, I love the mule, but honestly, the idea that I would have to drive in, you know, to fill up a C2 with a mule, no, I'm that doesn't seem like something I want to do. Yeah, so I think today they said in Spectrum, the way it's going to work is you will essentially have two options with cargo. You will have the automated option where you go to a kiosk, you buy your cargo, and you say, yeah, just load it on the ship for me automatically. But that'll cost you for automation. Or you can do it manually. And that is, I don't know how that's going to work. But essentially, the automated way, they're going to take your ship and put it in this stored kind of status where it's unavailable while they load the cargo. But once you buy the cargo and it gets loaded on your ship, you will have the ability to move it, and it'll snap to the grid of your ship. But you could pull some cargo away, and so that's good news. The bad news is that that's not going to help us with, like, Quantanium miners. We've been waiting for the day where we could share our what we've harvested or what we've mined. So you and I go mining together. Wouldn't it be great if I could just take half the boxes and give them to you, and you could cash them in on your own? You can't do that. You can, but the problem is that each box is going to be owned by a particular person. And the problem with that is then I can't share it with you. So you'd have to sell at a no questions asked terminal, and they're not going to give you full price. So you'll lose something there. If we try to share, it won't be a 1-for-1. So it's still going to keep things the way that they are. You're going to have to take something, and I'm going to have to give you some money after I profit from it. So I don't know. I think they could have, the whole idea of ownership of cargo just doesn't make, it's getting in the way, I think. Yeah, and I'm looking at the video of what happens when a ship blows up and the cargo goes like confetti. It just flies everywhere. I'm not sure that's going to be great. I mean, I think that's what would happen, kind of in real life, but I don't know if that's something that people really want to deal with. Like, we need a way to do mass movement, right? Like, the mule isn't the answer for that. We need a way to move cargo in mass quantities. And we don't have that right now. So that's a little, until we do, it's going to be a little frustrating. All right, let's drop off this cargo. Now, the last time I did this, oh man, I could not get these 3 boxes in the right position on the shelf. which was very frustrating. So hopefully that's not what happens today. Yeah, I think they're going to only keep the single SCU for now. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to get into the mule while I was going down, but yeah, I don't know about this. This is giving me concern dropping these boxes off because this mission tends to get flaky. The ones that are the more reliable are the ones where you drop off at a mining station. So I don't know about this one. I'm just going to bring one in at a time. Okay, so this is asking for 259. Oh, really? Okay, what am I carrying? Yeah, I've got 259. Okay, great. Yeah, if you can use these, if you end up using these delivery box kiosk or vending machines, whatever you want to call them, they're much more reliable than the missions where you have to drop the box off at a shelf. Ooh, there's a red box. We'll take a look at that. Oh, yeah. This is not an armistice zone, so you can actually get guns and all kinds of things here. I like that. It's a good place to loot. If I should do some more like proper looting and come to these places. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go grab another box. Wow, look at that ship. It's funny that the people complain about the design of some ships, and you know, that's fine. But mostly they complain about the origin ships, you know. They don't like the 600i. They think it looks like a bedpan. And they don't like the 400i because of the front of the ship. A lot of people are very vocal about the design of the origin ships, but I love them. I also like the Drake ships. I like, for their own reason, I think they're just great ships. Oh, now, okay, now, yes. The collect package. Let's see, not seeing a marker, but so we made some money here. We made, I think this would be, what is it, 45K? So we'll make a little bit of money here. We didn't get the loot that I wanted. But That's okay. I'll take 45,000. I'm going to do a little looting here. Maybe we can find some more valuable items. Yeah. These medical ones I don't need. Yeah. Let's save them for somebody else. Oh, the steps. Okay, well, I'm going to leave the mule here, which is my, because I don't like to have a mule sitting in my ship. I'd rather claim it. And let's just see if I can move. Well, I guess I have to wait for the elevator. On the Andromeda, you can do that from the ground, which I think is awesome. Meaning I can access the vehicle inventory while I'm on the ground. But I'm just going to move all this stuff over. And I think we're going to call it. Yeah, 3 hours. That's a good amount of time. What I really should do is jump down to a different part of the ship here. Yeah. I don't know why my eyes are closed, but they are. Well, hey, listen, everybody. Thank you for watching this stream. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for being here and staying to the end. That's great. And if you're not watching this live, that's okay too. I hope you got some kind of enjoyment out of this. As much as fun as it is to do these, I hope they're equally fun watching. I do run a Discord, and it's called the Know Nothings. And we are giving away 3 items. We've got 1 million Alpha UEC. And we have a subscriber item, the Zeus suit, which comes in 3 colors, the orange, gray, or white. And the winner gets to choose their color. And we're also going to give away the Gray Cat STV, or affectionately referred to as Steve. All those giveaways will be at the end of the month, and check out the link in the description to find out how you can qualify to win one of those 3 prizes at the end of the month. Trying to give away something every month, and so I've kind of settled on those 3 categories of things to give away. Stop by the Discord. The link is on the in the description as well, and feel free to say hi to me if you want to join a stream, or if you just want to say hello, find out kind of what we're all about. We do a lot of activities and trying to build a good community there as well. And check out my stream. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and I try to find time during Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays. Well, if I have time, I will be streaming at random times. So if you want to watch me during one of those days, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, because that's how you'll find out when I'm streaming on those other days. I've had a blast here tonight. I've literally this has been a lot of fun, just kind of doing these random things and doing these missions. I hope you had some fun, and I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you in the next one. Okay, everyone, take care. This is Yentra. Have a good night. Take care, everyone.
Oh, we wildin', we drinking cherry wine and we dancing on an island. We going back the finest. Yo, young Miss Tequila and call me señorita. Ay, papi, got me dreaming. My legs up on the ceiling. Oh, yeah. I know when he come, he ain't never gonna leave. No. Hit it the night run, and that's the way I wanna be. So don't think I'm the one to won't ever be enough. Mix until I know, bitch, I ain't the one. He don't want love. He just wanna fuck. Oh, little vacation, drink it till we naked. Talking what I